Hi everyone, welcome to India.com, and we're talking with the most beautiful woman in the world, that is Sunny Leone. Welcome, Sunny.
Thank you. How are you?
So, how are you?
Good.
Why don't we start with talking about your film One Night Stand? We've all seen the trailer and the songs are already a hit. I think there was a new song released today also. Something you want to say about the film?
Well, the movie's called One Night Stand, and yes, there is a one night stand in this film, but हमारी movie उसके बाद शुरू होती है. It's about the relationship between these two characters, the relationship with their families, and I think for these two characters, having a one night stand was a wrong decision. They definitely did not make the right choice, and that choice has consequences, and those consequences is what's seen in the film.
Okay, and we had seen, I think in the trailer or one of the songs, I think in the trailer, in the end you say some line and you give it back to the guy, you know. So
yeah. There's a lot of that happens in the movie.
Okay.
You know, that particular scene is a lengthy one. There's another scene where he says, in one day I'm, you know, आपके घर में हूँ, and आपके पति के कपड़े ये वो, he says all that, and that's also a lengthy scene as well where I give it back to him. You know, in that way, I liked my character because she was very strong, but she also made a very, very poor choice in life and had a one-night stand with this man, and I think it turns out to be one of the worst decisions she makes in her life.
Okay.
So we see all that.
Are you a little bit like that in terms of a strong character the woman has, as you said?
I think that was the only parts where I liked my character, was that she was strong, and I consider myself to somewhat be a confident or strong person, or
Yes.
you know, or so I'm told. I don't know. I'm just being myself, and that ends up, you know, coming across as strong, I think. But for this character, she does have those moments. But you know, I think the act itself shows her character to be quite weak as well. And so it's a character in the gray zone. You know, she makes a wrong decision, and for that there's consequences, but at the end she seems a lot stronger than, you know, the beginning of the movie.
Right. So in that sense, is it a little, you know, the film, does it have a little bit of a feministic take, or so-called feministic take?
Yeah, we do touch on gender equality, the subject of gender equality, touch on the subjects of double standards in life between a man and a woman. So in that way, yes.
So what happens in the end?
You watch what happens in the end. I think that the biggest moral of the story is that, you know, maybe having a one-night stand, and if you're married or with somebody that you're committed to, maybe you should think twice about that. And also my character does speak about, if a man can do something, why is it so wrong that a woman, if she does the same thing, why is it so wrong for her? Why is she ridiculed? Why is she looked down upon? And I think that there's a lot of women out there, including myself, that have gone through, maybe not this experience, but have gone through our own struggles, or our own situations where we feel like that, where, you know, it could be something really simple as washing the dishes. So if I grew up in a household where I watched my father, you know, help my mother out in many different ways around the house. So I know that's there, and I think that if a woman can, you know, work 8, 10, 12 hours a day and come
16
home
hours.
16 hours a day and be exhausted, why can't a husband help her out and do the dishes that night because she's exhausted? So
Yes.
it could be something as simple as that. There's many different subjects about, you know, gender equality or you know, double standards, and We just talk about one of them.
Yes. So does your husband also help you with the dishes? Or overall, I think does your husband also take care of the dishes a lot?
I'm a very fortunate woman. We both grew up in households where our fathers worshipped our mothers, and to this day, Daniel's father worships his mother. And it is one of the most sweetest, most beautiful things you'll ever see. And I think that when children watch this growing up, they also become like their father or like their mother. And they watch this and that becomes a normal thing for them. So I'm very lucky. I have a husband that doesn't see things as a one-sided thing, and neither do I. If one of us sees a dirty dish in the sink, I'll wash it or he'll wash it. So it's not that what you built together, only you know and your husband knows or your family members know how hard you worked to buy that glass or to have that sink that's your own. So of course you should take care of it.
That's a very good message you're sending out, even at a personal level. And some of us are lucky enough to have, men in our lives who understand us, our dads, our husbands, or boyfriends, whatever, brothers. So hopefully more of this thought will be taken up by new generation of men in India.
I do see that happening in the more urban settings or in larger metropolitan cities. That's all over the world, not just India. So I think that it all starts in the home. It all starts with, the children out there who see their parents, acting a certain way.
You want to say something about your parents?
My parents? Well, my parents, my father loved to cook. So on the weekends, my mother got, a little break, and my father would experiment and make all sorts of crazy dishes. Before he passed away, he loved putting pineapples in everything. I don't know why, but he did. Everything, sabji had pineapples in it. So he's a very, he's a great man. Both my parents were really loving parents.
And your brother, he's a chef?
Yeah, my brother's a chef. So because my father and mother both loved to cook, and especially my father, he also loved to cook, that kind of rubbed off onto my brother, and he really took a lot of interest in that field. And he went to school, he got a business degree, he never used it. And then he went to become a chef. My brother's like one of those people who's a lifer in the learning department. We all know like one person who's always has their nose in the books. That's my brother.
Oh, okay. So do you also enjoy cooking?
I do love cooking. My favorite thing to do when I go back to the U.S. is have I don't have a big family, but my friends will come, my closest friends will come over with their kids, and there'll be Daniel, myself, my brother, and our friends, and I'll cook a huge meal for all of us. And I tell my brother that he can relax for the night, although he does have his hand in everything by the end of the night, but I do love cooking.
Great. So what kind of cooking, as in Indian, Italian, what kind of dishes do you enjoy?
Well, it depends on the night. I love making Mexican food. I love anything that I can bake because my husband's very nice, and I have this nice dual baking oven. So I have something going on the bottom, something going on top. And I have this really nice big stove that has like 8 different burners. So there's always there's multiple things going on at one time. And I love cooking Italian food. It's one of my favorite things. It's probably the easiest when it comes to cooking for a lot of people as well. I love Thanksgiving and making, that traditional American spread of so many different dishes.
Great. So would you like to talk about your song in Race with Shah Rukh Khan? Yeah,
so
experience of working for Race.
It was like a dream come true. You can wish and you pray and you wish and pray for a moment like this, and then somebody calls and you know, I'm so thankful to Shah Rukh Khan for giving me the opportunity, giving me the chance to be a part of one of his films. And it was a very proud moment for myself, for my husband, for our whole team who, you know, we've been together for so long, and you know, the people in my team, we've all been a part of a journey. So it was a very proud moment for all of us.
And what about, you know, often asked question, but are you doing something with Amir Khan, a film? Because we read that you went on the sets of Dangal, he invited you and Daniel, and then also, I mean, you're a part of his friends now, his friend circle?
The answer is no, but I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope in the future.
He is your favorite Khan of the three Khans?
Yeah, he's up there. They all kind of like align in the same space in my mind. So there's not one that I like more or less. They just are on this like level of, they're all really nice people. All three of them I've met and had conversations with all of them, and they're all very, very nice. I hope in the future it comes true. But whether it happens or it doesn't happen, I'll always be a fan, you know, of all three of them.
Right. And among the girls, do you like someone, like among the actresses, top actresses? I
think Alia Bhatt's really cute, and she's also a great actress. Watching her grow is she has something very, very special, and hopefully she holds on to it for a really long time. I love the three Khans. I also think that Ranveer Singh is a very talented
And how about Priyanka Chopra, your friendship with her? Is it
I mean, I call it like a Twitter friendship. I got to meet her just that one time, and she's really nice. And a lot of people that I met over the last 6 months have all been very nice and really supportive. And you know, I didn't think that would happen, so it's nice.
And that was Sunny Leone for you, exclusively for India.com. Her film One Night Stand is releasing on May 6th. Do watch it in theaters. Thank you. Thank you, Sunny.
You're welcome.